Oh, hello there. This hour on Verbling, the next in my business, excuse me, business basics series, the class that prepares you for different kinds of situations in your professional life. We're going to, in this class, learn key vocabulary, key phrases, and key words to help you with different situations in your professional life, like career planning. We've got an astronaut who wants to give you advice about how to be successful. Some of it is pretty unconventional. So we're going to be looking at the career of Chris, I forgot how to say his name now. It's Chris Hadfield, I believe. The YouTube star, which we saw the video on Monday. Maybe we take a look again. But he's written a book which would be helpful for people starting out or taking up challenges in their careers. We'll be talking more about that in just a minute. Quick introduction first. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you today from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. By the way, if you click on the link in the Verbling chat window, or you click on my name anywhere in Verbling, it'll take you here to my profile page. You can follow me on the left side. That allows us to be in contact in the message window, and you can get notifications of my classes. On the right, book a private tutoring session or a package. You can try out the new tandem lessons where you and a partner can join. If you're interested, send me a message before you book so I have time. I will create a personalized learning plan to help get you to your goals as soon as possible. That's a bit about me. Here's a link to the material that we're going to be using today. There you go. And in the last class, we talked a little bit about, we skimmed through the article. We looked at how to skim quickly through a text and get the main ideas. And we talked a little bit about what we saw, a little tiny bit. I want to go a little more in depth with just part of the article, the part where he writes his book and gives career advice. And we're going to use that to start to make a career plan of our own. So, I'm going to jump forward in the presentation to let me see where I want to start. I think we're going to start here, but I also want to give you some keywords to be able to describe your job and just talk about the kind of career that you want or that you wanted. So we're going to kind of do two different things at the same time. For that, I think we're going to start with a different astronaut first. Okay, let me just say a quick hello to everyone before we begin. Make sure your microphones are working. So welcome back Edson and Giancarlo from last hour.
Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Okay, welcome back Frederic from a week ago. Or when no, you were here on Monday, I think.
Yes,
Hi,
I was
welcome
here
back.
on Monday. Hello, how are you?
Good, good. Welcome back, Ksenia. Long time no see.
Yes, hello.
Hello. And we have, how do I say your name? Is it Alush? How do I pronounce your name?
Yes, Alush.
Alush. And where are you from, Alush?
From Lebanon.
From Lebanon. Okay, great to have you, Alush.
Thank you.
So, this is part of a series of classes. Our first class was on Monday at the same time, and we looked at this. I don't have a picture here. I will show you something really quick. We looked at, there's a link here on the last page. We started by watching the YouTube video that Chris Hadfield had made. He was on the International Space Station, and his son convinced him to record a music video because he brought his guitar up into space. And it became a viral hit. Does everyone know what that means? If something goes viral. Do you know that expression? To go viral. The YouTube video went viral. Anyone know what that means? To go viral?
Yes, Okay, go on.
Ladies first.
Okay. It means that everyone likes it. And,
Everyone likes it, yeah.
Yes, and watch of a million people.
True, but why do you think we use the word viral?
Because
What's
people share with their friends.
Just like they share a virus.
Yes.
To go viral means to spread quickly. So you're right, everyone likes it, they all click on it. But the viral part is that it spreads quickly from one person to another, kind of like a virus does, right? I'm not going to replay the video because it'll take too long, but just as I'm speaking, I'll play it in the background just so you can see it. Because the most amazing thing, Chris Hadfield is maybe not the best singer in the world, but look at these images. Take a look in the background. Look at these images. This is, oops, what's happening? What's loading? Uh-oh, it's reloading. Okay, there we go. Look at these. Oh, look, you can pre-order the Chris Space album. Oh, he recorded an album. Look at that. These are not special effects. This is real. Look at that. If you, there you go. He does a few music video touches, different cutaways. He's looking moody into the camera. So this is the thing that went viral. I just think it's amazing because, you know, we're so used to special effects. There's no strings on this guy. He's really spinning around in space, weightless. I think this is kind of amazing. Okay, so that's the Chris Hadfield video, and you can click on that link to watch it again on slide 7 of our presentation. Okay, just a quick question. How would you? We talked a bit about the space program on Monday too. When we were kids, me and Frederic, the space program was super important because the moon landings weren't so far away, and it affected the two of us, right, Frederic? Because we're older.
Yes, right.
When you were a kid, did you want to be an astronaut?
No, not really. No.
Why not? What did the astronaut life?
When I was kid, no. But later, I regret to not have do my best to be an astronaut. You know.
Why is that? Why did you regret it?
Because now I think about it, it's really what I dreamed to be. But not when I was child, because when I was child, it seemed very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very dangerous. In fact, that's one of the things we're going to take a look at. I want to spend just 5 minutes or so working on vocabulary for careers. How would you describe the career as an astronaut? So we've got dangerous, right? Ksenia, what else comes to mind when you think of this kind of career besides dangerous?
I think time flies.
That's not really an adjective though. What do you mean time flies?
Okay, I think I know it flies for us, not for them. I don't know, maybe beautiful.
Beautiful sounds like Russian to me.
Why?
Because we can't use it in so many contexts. It seems more in other languages. Beautiful can be used all the time, like in Italian and Russian. Everything can be beautiful. What?
Maybe picturesque.
Picturesque.
Yes.
Okay, you mean you're in a unusual environment. Oh, I see. So picturesque. So the career is not picturesque, but the environment that the work environment is picturesque or beautiful. Picturesque. Give me a second, and I'll put these in the chat window. These suggestions. Okay, good. Any other suggestions about what this kind of career is like? How would you describe the career? We've got dangerous. We've got an unusual work environment.
May I?
Go for it.
Yes, supposed to train a lot, exhaustive training to become an astronaut,
That's true.
and you need to know about science, about everything related to science.
What's a word for that?
Math.
You know everything. What are you? You are.
Oh yes, you need to know about physics. You need to know about maths. You need to know about
Give me an adjective that sums all that up. You have to be X. What's X?
excellent. I don't know.
No, not excellent. You have to be knowledgeable. Knowledgeable.
You need to be good at.
I know, but I want words for the career. I want career words. So you need to be knowledgeable.
Okay.
You need to be. Okay. Besides an adjective, we could say a noun like a specialist. You need to be a specialist. You need to be highly trained. Am I the only one thinking of words here? You need to be highly trained, knowledgeable, a specialist. These are all words that come into mind, sure. Okay, I want to take a look at a different astronaut for a minute, because I want you to focus on some other words we could use for types of careers. They can be applicable to any kind of a career. Okay, so first we're going to take a look at a really short text that's loaded with adjectives. Okay, I'm going to do an exercise or two with you to help pick out the adjectives that you could use to describe your career or other kinds of careers. Because when you're making a career plan, you're probably going to be describing what it is that attracts you to the career. So the first thing is, what kind of keywords do we need to talk about careers? So let's start with Mr. Alush. Can you take the first paragraph for us on the right? Oh, by the way, can you see those two pictures? Alush, what's going on in those two pictures before we read?
I think he is an astronaut
Mm-hmm.
who is come back from the planet.
Coming back from the planet?
Yeah.
Which planet? Oh, coming back to Earth, you mean?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Coming back to our planet. Okay, I agree. And do you know what that is in the bottom picture? Do you recognize that thing?
No.
That's the same thing we saw in the Chris Hadfield video. That is the ISS.
ISS.
The International Space Station.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, Alush, can you read the first paragraph for us?
Okay. Working on the ISS, International Space Station, is every astronaut's dream. Live.
Whoops. Sorry. I lost the page. Sorry. There we go.
Life on board may sound glamorous to some people, but conditions can be uncomfortable, and we have a demanding schedule. We work 10-hour days and have 1.5 days off. Although, when you live in your office, it's hard to separate on duty and off duty.
Okay, good. Just repeat this word for me, please. Can be uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. Good. So it's not comfortable, 4 syllables. It's 3 syllables. Uncomfortable.
Yeah, uncomfortable. Yes.
Good. Okay, excellent. Very good. All right. Let's see, Mr. Edsing, can you take the second paragraph for us?
Our tasks are quite varied. We do a range of different scientific experiments, but we also have to perform routine maintenance and regular safety checks, like cleaning the air filter and inspecting our emergency equipment. We exercise twice a day. If you don't, your muscles
Muscles.
just disappear, and disappear in the weightless conditions.
Okay, I want you to repeat after me. First, maintenance.
Maintenance,
Good. Safety.
safety,
When you're reading, sometimes you drop the ending. You say safety instead of safety, or scientific instead of scientific. So all Portuguese speakers drop the endings of the words. So just pay attention.
yeah,
Safety checks.
safety checks,
That's it. And the last one is equipment.
equipment,
Right, not but E. I would say equipment, E.
equipment.
Good, that's it. Very good. Ksenia, can you take the last paragraph here?
Yes. Life is never dull, but you can feel lonely up here, away from friends and family. The work can also be stressful, so in my free time I relax by writing and answering emails. I also love taking photos of the views from up here. It's fun to watch stars, and they rise through the atmosphere.
Good, there you go. All right, so I'm just curious, looking at this text, what adjectives, or what, not just adjectives, what words do you think are useful for describing a job? This is an unusual job. Which words do you think are particularly useful for describing this job or this career?
Glamorous,
Glamorous is a good one. People think it's glamorous, but it's not as glamorous as they think. Good.
uncomfortable,
Uncomfortable, I heard first. And Ksenia, what was yours?
Lonely?
Lonely?
Yes.
Lonely. Does he say lonely? Where does he say lonely?
It's the last one and the
Last
first sentence.
paragraph. People say you can feel lonely up here, away from friends and family. Yeah. What's another way to say lonely? Lonely sounds very, I don't know. Because you could feel lonely and it's got nothing to do with your job. You could just feel lonely in your life. What kind of loneliness would you feel if you're in a remote place? Can you think of a synonym?
Homeless? Or no homeless, homesick.
Homesick. Okay. Homesick. Another word that comes to my mind is isolated. Isolated, because he's in a very remote place. Okay? We've got other words too that are useful, like on duty and off duty, right? Those are work-related words that just are useful. 10-hour days, another good way to describe your schedule. Having days off. So these are all good, useful work words. Okay. Let me just see if we can do it like this. You're going to get those words again in just a minute here. So think about those words and others. I've got a short list of them here. Okay? But first, I want you to give me a second. Oh, yeah, I forgot. One quick thing. I forgot to mention this. The positive and negative points of his job. So, Ksenia, you said loneliness. I guess that would be a negative point of his job. Giancarlo, is there any other negatives that you think he would probably say, or he did say? Give me another negative point first.
Negative. Let me check it.
Yeah, I'll put it back on the screen. So we've got loneliness is one. What's another negative? Doesn't. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to influence you.
Dull.
Okay. Yeah. What was dull? You're right. What was dull?
Boring.
Yeah. Dull means boring. What was dull in his job?
Dull is when you have nothing to do and you spend your time doing nothing. For that reason, maybe you may feel dull.
You won't feel dull. You won't. but the job or the thing you're doing might be dull. Okay. Does
Yeah.
this astronaut, does he think his job is dull?
No, I don't think.
No.
No, I don't think so.
No. He says it's never dull.
Life is never dull, but
Life
dull
is
is
never
negative.
dull.
It has a negative connotation, right? Dull.
Exactly. So if life is never dull, it's the opposite of dull. What's the opposite of dull?
Exciting, maybe.
Exciting. Good. So I'm going to put a group of negative and a group of positive words in the chat window for you. Negative, we have dull.
Another
We have
negative one is stressful.
stressful. There you go.
Stressful.
Good. Any other negative words, class? Besides dull, lonely, and stressful?
Uncomfortable.
Say that with one less syllable, Edson.
Uncomfortable.
You're saying comfortable. There's no furtas. Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
That's it. Uncomfortable conditions. I'm going to put those together. Uncomfortable conditions. Because we always have to say what is uncomfortable. So in this case, it's the conditions that are uncomfortable. Good. Frederic, what about his schedule? How did he describe his schedule?
He said that.
Is it easy?
Sorry?
Is it an easy schedule?
Mm,
Lots and lots of free time? Hang
no,
out?
no.
YouTube videos?
He doesn't have a lot of free time. He has a lot of tasks to accomplish.
Right. So what kind of schedule is it?
It's a very
Look at the text. Look at the text. Word. What kind of schedule? Look at the first paragraph.
okay.
First paragraph.
A demanding schedule.
It's a demanding schedule, right? I want you to use this text to pick out keywords that you can use. Try to mine the text for key language. So our list of negative words are lonely, which is more general here. I think I would say isolated, but lonely, dull, stressful, uncomfortable conditions, a demanding schedule. Okay, let's look at positive words now from the text. Okay, I'll see if I can give you a situation. You tell me the positive adjective. Edson, positive words. The attitude that most people have about this job is what? They all think the job is
Glamorous.
glamorous, like we said before. Okay, glamorous is a positive word. Okay, Mr. Alouche, you do different things all the time in this job. So what kind of tasks do you have? You do different things all the time. What kind of tasks?
Tests.
What kind of tasks do you have in this job? Are they always the same?
I don't know.
Oh, well, look at the text.
Yeah.
How does he describe the tasks? Look at paragraph 2.
Okay. Are quite varied.
Right.
And of
So,
different scientific experiments.
that's right. So varied tasks.
Yes.
So another positive expression here, good vocabulary word and a good adjective.
Mhm.
Varied. Varied. So a job can be glamorous. A job can be varied. If it's varied, that's probably a good thing. For dull, he says it's the opposite. So he says it's never dull. Okay, so we can put that in our positive list as well. Never dull. Any other positive words come to mind before we move on? He mentions the view, so I think, Ksenia, you said picturesque views, which is the work environment. But he talks about the views out the window. We can add that as well. Whoops. I'll put that in the chat window. Okay, so there's a few ideas of positive and negative words. All right. So what I want you to do now is I want you to listen for these words again with two people describing what they wanted to become as a child. You've got Mansour, who wanted to be a pilot, and you've got Ingrid, who wanted to become a doctor. My question is this. As you listen, these are very, very short, so it's going to be quick. And I want you to listen to the adjectives that they use to describe their ambitions, right? What do they want to be? So first question, what do they do now? After you listen, tell me what they do now. Second, what do they like or dislike about their work? In particular, if they're not doing what they wanted to do, what is it that they like or dislike about what they are doing? Okay? Hopefully that's clear. If there's any questions, just let me know. Okay, are you ready to listen?
Okay.
Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, Ingrid is first. Listen carefully. I'm a project coordinator for a charity. We provide aid to Africa, and I usually spend about 4 months a year in the field. My job involves managing our field teams and communicating our aims to government officials. I sometimes find this depressing because there's just so much bureaucracy and corruption. But then, when I return to Africa and I see the results of our work, like new clinics, hospitals, schools, I think it's all worthwhile, and I have a real sense of achievement. Okay? So, that is Ingrid, who wanted to become a doctor. Listen to Mansour now. Mansour says, okay, well, I'm an air traffic controller. This means that I'm in charge of a section of airspace and keeping in contact with pilots in that zone. It's a challenging job. Our most difficult time of the year is holiday season, when planes are taking off and landing every couple of minutes. It takes total concentration all the time. I usually work a 6-hour shift. By the end, I feel exhausted. But it's rewarding to know I've enabled thousands of people to travel safely. And that is Mansour. So, what do they do now? Giancarlo, what does Ingrid do? She wanted to be a doctor. Is she a doctor now?
No, she's not a doctor. She works traveling in to different areas, and she's similar to a coordinator. I don't remember exactly her occupation, but she's similar to a coordinator, and she works for people and with people.
It's true.
Mhm.
It's true. Let me just see if did anyone catch what her job was? What was her actual job or her position? Say again? What? I heard someone. Okay. What does she work for, class? What does she work for? She doesn't work for a hospital, but she's kind of like a doctor. Anyone?
She works for an association, maybe.
True. What kind of an association?
Something about human in the human area, because she takes care. Well, she deals with people, with children, and she helps them. And she feels disappointed about some bureaucracy.
True. So, what is the Red Cross? What is the Red Cross? Is that a company?
No, Red Cross, it's a organization to help the people, usually in Africa.
Is it a government organization?
I think so.
I think not.
Yes.
It's a non-governmental organization.
Non-governmental organization. So she works for something like the Red Cross. We call that an NGO, non-governmental organization worker. Or coordinator, maybe she's a coordinator. Non-governmental organization, an organization that is not run by a government, but which may receive funding for projects from a government. Governments can pay NGOs to do things. Are NGOs for profit or not for profit, Frederic?
Not for profit.
Not for profit. Okay, so the Red Cross, no one's getting rich working, for an AIDS charity or for the Red Cross. Well, maybe someone is, but they're not supposed to. What about Mr. Mansour? Edson, is Mansour a pilot? It's what he wanted to be. Is he a pilot?
No.
He's not.
No, he's not. What is he?
He's an air traffic controller.
He's an air traffic controller. Okay. Air traffic controller, like the, whoops, sorry. Control. Sorry. The spell check is stopping me from writing the word controller. There we go. Edson, do you know what an air traffic controller is?
What air traffic controller do or is?
Yeah, what does an air traffic controller do? Is it clear?
You control the airplanes around some specific area, or I don't know.
Right. So it's the person who's in the control tower at the airport, so that they can see. They've got radar, and they can also are up high, so they can see the planes that are coming in and taking off. Okay, Mr. Alouche, what does he like or dislike about his job? He's not doing what he wanted to do. What does he like or dislike about his job, from what you heard?
Yes, I think it is. He is dislike the challenging.
He likes the challenge. Yeah.
Yes, and he have not enough holidays.
So.
And he feel exhausting.
It can be exhausting, right? Okay. So let's say, for him, a positive point, it's challenging. That's the word that he said. Challenging. Positive point, it's challenging. Negative point, it's exhausting. It's exhausting because it takes all of his concentration all the time. Okay? So good. 2 more great vocabulary words for us to describe careers and ambitions. Exhausting, challenging. And with Ingrid we saw she was upset about the bureaucracy, someone mentioned. How does she feel about the bureaucracy? It makes her feel what? It's very...
depressing.
Depressing. Good. So that was another negative word we could use. And what was the positive one that Ingrid said? What is it that Ingrid likes especially about the work, right? There's all this bureaucracy and corruption, but when she goes back to Africa, she feels okay about her job because she has what? She sees the results, and how does she feel? I don't know if you remember the expression she uses. She feels... Yeah?
Worthwhile.
She feels worthwhile. That's true. Yep. And she uses this particular word, a sense of... Did you catch the word? A sense of what? When you do something, you make progress, you reach a goal, you feel a sense of... Anyone? Going once? Going twice.
You compare.
Uh-oh. A sense of achievement. She mentioned that. When she goes back and she sees the results, she feels a sense of achievement. She has, I think, Edson, you were trying to say accomplish. She has accomplished something. Or accomplishment. It's another way to say it. Sense of achievement or accomplishment. Okay. We have a treasure trove of words in the chat window. You should copy these and put them in your notes and start to review them and use them because they're very useful talking about um, career plans and ambitions. And here, if you want to review the audio, it's on slide 6. You can take a look at it again. I want to just make sure that all the words that we've talked about are clear to you. I'll say a word. I'm going to go around the room from left to right, starting with Mr. Alush. I'll say a word. I'll say the definition. You tell me the word. A good thing to do, Alush. A good thing to do.
Yes.
Look at those words at the top. Fun, very challenging, routine, depressing, stressful, glamorous, worthwhile, rewarding, dull, demanding. A good thing to do matches with?
Glamorous.
No. Try again. There's a better definition for glamorous. There's a better definition. Good guess, but there's a better definition for glamorous. A good thing to do, something that makes you feel good because you've done it. We'll come back to that in a second.
Challenging.
We'll come back to it in a minute. Mr. Edson, another way to say boring.
Boring. Stressful.
Nope.
Depressing.
Nope. We'll come back to it in a minute.
Oh, dull.
Dull. Good. That's it. Boring matches with dull. Okay? And when you're saying your answer, you can use that word as well. The verb is to match. So, boring matches with dull. You can say matches with because we're doing a matching exercise. Frederick, needing all our effort and attention matches with? What do you think is the best match?
Stressful.
I think there's a better one. Want to try again? Stressful is not wrong, but there's a better definition later for stressful.
Demanding.
Demanding. It fits better. It needs all of our effort. It's demanding. Giancarlo. Difficult, but in a satisfying way. Matches with?
Rewarding.
That's true, but there's a better definition for rewarding. Give me your second version.
Okay. Rewarding is challenging.
Challenging is the right one for this one. Difficult, but in a satisfying way is challenging. Ksenia. Lively. Enjoyable. Oh, that's easy. Fun, of course. Back to Mr. Alush. Number 6. Looks attractive from the outside. Not so attractive when you're actually doing it. It looks great when you're not doing it. When you actually are doing it, it's a lot harder than it looks. What do you think?
Actually, I don't know.
Okay, no problem. Think about it for a minute. We'll come back. Mr. Edson. Predictable. The same every day. Think about that astronaut in the text in the beginning. It was one of the negative things about his job.
Challenging.
No, that's a positive word.
Oh.
This is a negative word. It's predictable. It's the same every day. It never changes.
Demanding.
No, not demanding. That would be like, you know.
Oh, no. Routine.
It's routine. It's routine. If you go back to the text, he says somewhere that the job is routine. I lost it. I can't see. Oh, there it is. We have to perform routine maintenance, so that's done all the time. I guess that's where it was. Yeah, I guess that's where it was. I thought it was somewhere else too. Routine maintenance would be you do it all the time, so it's something that never changes. I thought there was a better sentence for that. Okay, we're back to Frederic for makes us unhappy.
Depressing.
Depressing. Yep. Best one in this case. Giancarlo. Number 9. Different. Not always the same. The opposite of number 7.
Routine.
The opposite of routine. Number 9 is the opposite of routine.
Varied.
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 That's it. Varied is different, not always the same. Ksenia, number 10, makes us feel worried or anxious.
Stressful.
Yeah, that's easy. Okay. Number 11, all the easy ones go to Ksenia. Alush, number 11, makes us feel good. Something in the end
Fun.
makes us. We used fun already, though. We used it. So it's a synonym of fun. Maybe it's a little deeper than fun. Fun's a little superficial. This is a little bit deeper.
Glamorous.
Glamorous could work. But that doesn't match the definition. Makes us feel good. If a job gives you something back, you do it and it gives something back to you.
Rewarding.
Rewarding is right. Rewarding. Okay, so we're missing number 1, I think. What else are we missing? What's number 1, class? A good thing to do. In general, it's a good thing to do. Worthwhile. Good. And what else are we missing? Looks attractive. Number 6, looks attractive from the outside. When you do it, it's not. Yeah, that's glamorous. Number 6. Okay. So with these key words, I want you to describe one of these careers, one of these jobs. Edson, what does the man do with the picture on the left?
He's teaching.
He's teaching. So he is a.
The teacher.
What's it like to be a teacher?
I didn't understand.
What's it like to be a teacher? What's it like? That means what's it like is describe. What's it like to be a teacher? Think about one positive and one negative, Edson. What's it like to be a teacher? Okay, Giancarlo, start thinking about the picture in the middle. Okay?
Yes.
Ksenia, start thinking about the picture on the right. And the rest of you are going to think about your own jobs. Edson, what's it like to be a teacher? Think of a positive and a negative.
Okay. You can get the results from your students. You can
it's very
rewarding.
So it's very rewarding.
Rewarding.
Say it like this. Rewarding.
Rewarding.
Good. Yeah, you can get good results from your students, so it's very rewarding. But on the other hand,
you get stressful.
You get
stressful.
Nope, you don't get stressful. It's stressful.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
It is stressful.
Good. Not it is. Say it like this. It's.
It's.
Yeah, we always make contractions when we're speaking. It's stressful, Edson, because
teacher needs to
because it's too what?
No idea.
No idea? Oh my God, I guess you've never been a teacher.
No, I'm not.
But you've been to school. You've been to school. You've been to school. Were you a good student or a bad student?
I was a bad student.
Of course you were a bad student.
I never studied.
Right. So how did the teacher feel when you never studied? The teacher was probably pretty frustrated, right?
Yes.
So, teaching is stressful because students don't study. It makes your job a lot harder. Trust me on this one, it's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Giancarlo, give me a positive and negative about the woman in the middle. What does she do? and give me a positive and negative. What do you think? Use those
Yes.
keywords.
Yes. Being a pilot is most of the time a demanding job
For sure.
because because you need to be alert in every single detail. Uh,
But on the
it
other hand,
was,
oh,
on
sorry.
the other hand, being a pilot is a quite challenging
Mm-hmm.
job.
Yes, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I remember a film, John, that is the pilot or the flight. I think it's the flight with Dale Washington. I don't remember the name of the actor. Washington, right? It's a black guy, but he's
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington. It's a very nice film because it talks about a pilot who is a drunkard, who is an
Uh-huh.
alcoholic.
He's an alcoholic.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
called The Flight. The
The
Flight.
flight. Yeah,
Yeah.
have you seen it?
No, but I'm looking at the poster.
Yeah, try to watch it. It's a very nice one. Okay, but yes, being a pilot is a very demanding occupation, and it's a very challenging one too.
Uh-huh. And challenging is a good thing, usually. Challenging is a good thing. So it's challenging because why is it challenging? What's the good point? What does Denzel Washington do in the movie that makes it worthwhile?
It's a challenging occupation, or because uh, you can travel around the world and you can meet people, and of course you can fly people to different countries. Uh,
How's that challenging? I don't get the challenge though. That sounds rewarding and it sounds varied, but it doesn't sound challenging.
Challenging because you fly a plane, a big one,
Yeah,
and
that's
you
difficult, right?
have the ability, yeah, you have the ability and the knowledge to do it, because not anyone can do it. You need to have the schooling. Of course, being a pilot is a quite expensive career. And of course, as I said before, it's challenging because you need to fly planes and you have the ability to do it, and you have the knowledge to do it.
Yeah, you got to be really knowledgeable. You have to have lots of training. Absolutely. You have to log airtime, a lot of airtime. Okay, very good. Ksenia, the last picture. Oh, what
I
is she?
think
And give me a positive and a negative.
it's a cashier.
It's a
Am I right?
cashier. Yeah, she's a cashier.
Honestly, I think it's the most boring job in the world for me
Because
because it's a routine.
it's
So
very routine. Sure, very
you do
routine.
the same all day long. Oh my
Right.
God, it's awful.
What's another way to say the opposite of exciting? What's that keyword we learned? Very
Dull?
what? Very dull. Seems like a very dull job. But on the other hand, Ksenia, let's
I
find
don't
a
know.
positive.
Positive.
Yeah. On the other
Ah,
hand,
okay. You hold in your arms a lot of money.
yeah, in your arms?
In your hand.
In your hands, not in your arms. It's not a baby. Right. Maybe when everyone goes home, you take the money out and hold it like a baby. I don't know. I don't know. Yes. Okay. On the other hand, you hold lots of money in your hands. It's not your money, but if you like holding money, then I guess it's a pretty rewarding job. Okay. I guess if you like people, it's good as well. So I want you to describe your own job. If you could use these adjectives, great. If you can think of any others from the class that we've used to talk about jobs, take a minute and describe your own job for a second. Frederic, you didn't get a chance to describe a picture. How would you describe your own job? Or you could also focus on what you want it to be as well, if you prefer.
Mm, my own job is I'm a programmer. Okay, so yes, it could be. Sometimes it could be a routine, you know, because you do things you have already done before.
It can be a routine or it can be routine.
it could be a routine.
No. Get
No?
rid of the is for nouns.
Okay, it could be routine.
Right, you need an
Okay.
adjective. It could be routine. Okay.
Okay.
But on the other hand,
But on the other hand, it's challenging because you have to learn every day because there are new techniques, there are new languages, so you have to learn every day. So it's quite rewarding too.
okay, good. So you're always learning.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. What's the difference between routine and routinary? Good question. Routinary doesn't exist. That's the difference. At least I can't think of an example. If you can find a sentence with that, please give it to me because I don't think it exists. Routine. The adjective is just routine. Ksenia, what did you want to be when you were a kid? What was your ambition?
Ambition.
Yeah, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I didn't have anything, but I can imagine maybe I want to be, I don't know, teacher.
When you were a kid, you
Okay.
didn't have a specific ambition. You didn't want to be
No.
superhero or.
No, I just want to grown up.
And now
quickly.
you are. And now you are. You're all grown up. Was it
Yes.
everything you hoped it would be?
Yes, I think so.
And what about your job? You told me a long time ago, and now I forgot what you do. What do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur.
There you go. That's a good job. That's a great job.
Yes, it's a great
Okay.
job. So about my job. It's very stressful because I have a lot of a lot of deals in my job. I do it by my own, but with some helpers, so I should pay them. And I have a big plus.
Wait a second. You should pay them. You mean you don't pay them?
For free, it will be great.
Oh my God. I should pay. You mean you do? You have to pay them.
I have to pay them.
Right.
But it's big plus. I have a free structure in my day, so I can work. I cannot work.
I can work, or I don't have to. The opposite would be I don't have to.
Right. I don't have to. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, and you can say I do it on my own.
Instead I do it on my own.
Yeah,
yes.
I do it on my own. Okay, very good. Edson, what do you do? What's your job?
I am designing computer.
You are be more specific. What do you mean by designer?
Designer, no, software
programmer.
Yes, a programmer.
Oh, so you and Frederic have the same job.
Yes. And I work with my computer every day.
Give us a positive and a negative.
Positive, it is rewarding, and negative is sometimes is kind of challenging.
Why? Why is it challenging sometimes?
Because guys ask me to develop some softwares, but they ask it's a difficult software to do, and I have to spend so long to develop.
So you have to learn. Do you have to learn new coding or something like that? Yeah.
Yes. Every time I have to learn this coding.
Very good. So it's challenging because you have to learn something new, but you're better in the end because you've learned it, right? So you keep growing.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Very good. Giancarlo, what did you want to be when you were a kid? Be an astronaut?
I'm sorry, can you repeat again?
What did you want to be when you were a kid? Did you want to be an astronaut?
No, of course not.
No?
No, I was remembering that I wanted to be a teacher when I was a kid, and I
Yeah.
told my sister, "See there," I was very strict with them.
Yeah. No, no. Bad
Yeah,
idea. Bad idea.
bad
So
idea, bad idea.
don't
Yeah.
do it. Not worth it. No. So what you really mean is you just wanted to boss around your siblings. That's what you mean by being a teacher.
Exactly. I love to tell them, okay, for tomorrow I want you to give me, I don't know, a pancake or something, and don't shout, don't speak, and sit there and do this, do that, and
So you wanted to be you wanted to be a dictator, not a teacher. There you go.
Yeah.
Good. Good. All right. I won't ask for any positives about being a dictator, but it's self-explanatory. All
It's
right,
very rewarding.
We're going to stop here. If you haven't read the text, I would like the astronaut text. I want you to take a look at the part. It's about his book. That's really the interesting part of the text, I think. So if you take a look on slide 7, starting in paragraph 9, slide 7, paragraph 9. I'll just quickly put it on screen. From 9 to 16, I think that's the part that's the most interesting in the article. And maybe you can even look it up on Google. And we're going to see if we can use his advice to make a career plan. The final task for this unit is you are going to describe your ambitions using the vocabulary that we worked on today. That's going to be the final task. And a partner is going to be a kind of career advisor and make suggestions about different kinds of careers that you can do. So you're going to get a chance to use the vocabulary and also use key expressions for advising, making suggestions, and that kind of thing. Okay? So read the rest of the text from 9 to 16, and if you can, do a quick Google for the book and see if you can find some of his advice, particularly what he says about the power of negative thinking. Interesting point of view, okay? That's it for today. I'll be back for 2 hours tomorrow. An article from The Guardian in Hot Topics, and Grammar Garage, we're going to work on the passive voice. So we're going to extend our class from Tuesday about talking about the news and work a little bit on the passive voice and give you a chance to do some describing of news articles in the passive voice as well. That's it for today. I'll see you soon. Bye for now, everyone.
Teacher, I'll
Thank
see
you.
you tomorrow.
See you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.